It's a model that just came out 2 years ago in the UK, and it's to replace the S4 or the S4000 range by Miele. This is a vacuum itself. It's a mild green, if you can see that in the camera, it's a mild green colour, and to differentiate it from other models in the range, Miele have gone out of their way to make an economical model, giving this a 1300 watt motor compared to the 2000 watt motor that you would find with their other range. The S6240 is a very light vacuum cleaner. It weighs about 5.8 kilograms, and it's a very compact model, helped along by the fact that it has a kind of medium shape to it and design. There are 3 tools you get. You get a crevice tool, you get an upholstery tool, a flat upholstery tool for doing cars, and you get a brush tool, and it's all very easy to use. The brush twists around in 360 degree rotational, and you can clean it at any angle with use of the holes of the handle. In terms of the design, however, is it worth $179.99? I don't think so. However, the flexible tool store actually comes off, so you can actually use it either on top of the hose here into the body of the machine, or at the back of the handle where there's a clip just at the back of the hose where you can actually put the tools here. I'll just show you. It's quite pernickety because when you're actually using this, the handle can actually get in the way depending on how it's located. You put the hose in the middle like so, and so you can use the tools either from there, from that point, or you can just pull it off and put it back onto here underneath, as so. In terms of bag capacity, you're looking at a 3.5 litre capacity dust bag. It uses the Miele FJM series, and although it has a 3.5 litre dust capacity, it also has a secondary filter which you'll find at the back of the vacuum cleaner. On this model, it's actually got a red cartridge which you would pull upwards or pull towards you depending on what way that you've got the machine, and then put the filter, the secondary filter, which goes in there, which clicks into place. Putting a bag in is simply quite easy. Just push it in to the guiders and then push the bag into the machine and lock down. The secondary filter, or the motor filter from this machine, uses a Super Air Clean filter. Now the Super Air Clean filter is a replaceable filter that you should replace after 4 dust bags are used. And you get 4 dust bags in a box of Miele dust bags that cost $9.95 on average, and you get a spare Super Air Clean filter that comes with its own grate, and you would just open the grate, put the filter in and put it back into there. This has actually got an additional active air clean filter, which is a charcoal filter ideally suited for pet owners or smokers. I prefer it because it does minimise the smell of any kind of odour that comes into the room or any kind of dust allergies. I wouldn't certainly spend between £15 and £23 for the HEPA filter, which I think is a waste of money. The Active Air Clean has exactly the same longevity as the HEPA filter, which is blue, and the Active Air Clean still has the same kind of date that you can write in. You can write a date here to show when the filter needs changed. On average, depending on what kind of traffic dirt you're going to be picking up with your Miele vacuum cleaner, you'll find that an Active Air Clean filter is just as good as the HEPA filter, and unless you've actually got allergies, then obviously buy the HEPA filter. If you've got pets or you're smokers in the home and you still got people that suffer from pet allergies, the Active Air Clean is quite a good compromise if you don't want to go for the more expensive HEPA. Once you close the body of the machine, it's very apparent that easy access to see what you can do and easy access to see what you need to get to. There's the filter I'm just talking about there, the active air clean filter. Now the only problem that I don't like about this filter is if you touch the underside of it, it leaves a blackness on the fingers. That's the actual charcoal that comes off the filter. And the charcoal, you can actually hear it by shaking it. The actual filter can last between a year and 2 years. Again, it depends on the kind of dirt that you're picking up. Because it's charcoal, it means you can't use air scented perfume capsules in your dust bag to make your room smell sweeter, which is a bit of a downside, to be frank with you. For the price that you're paying, one would expect for the price that you're paying, one would expect that you'll be able to overcome that. The choice brand that I use, apart from Miele in the home, is Sibo. And Sibo are another great German company, and they actually don't warn against using scented capsules in their hospital grade filters, which is slightly different than Miele. So by putting the filter back in, when it clicks in place, everything put in place apart from the blackness on my fingers, and then you push the lid down and it clicks into place. If the lid doesn't click into place, then it means that the lid's not been put down properly. Just going to talk about the main controls on this machine. As you can see, it's a bit, say when the flex gets fully filled up with the hose. Having a look at the machine here, you can actually see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suction setting control, which you would normally use for normal data cleaning. Use the first 3 settings. And it actually gives you decals of suggestions into what Miele intend for you to put the machine through. So for example, if you had carpeting, you would just select it to the 3rd setting and it would go to carpets. If you had short loop wheel carpets, you could go even higher to the 2nd last setting. And then if you were going to go on to thick pile carpeting or tile carpet tiles, then Miele suggests the maximum level, which is this. Okay, but the only thing that I don't like about this is, for some reason, there is a picture of an ear, and it has 2 waves here. I don't know if you can see that. 3 waves here that indicates a silent setting. Like, Miele make great pains about this, so did Which UK independent testing. They claim that this is a silent setting, but my gripe with this setting is it's 1, 2, 3, 4 settings up from the beginning of the machine. So if you actually just listen to the motor noise, there you've got the low setting of the vacuum cleaner. If I put it to 3rd and the 4th, you can actually hear, and I'm going to have to speak a bit louder to get that voice across so you can hear the motor noise. So let's just put the hose back in properly. One thing that I do like about the Miele, however, is the hose actually does go round to a certain degree, which means it travels quite well when you're going around corners or if you're going around under chairs, to clean under chairs. The only downside to this is if I'm going around a corner quite abruptly, a couple of tools do have a liability to fall off, which is no fault of the machine, it's just a fault of poor German design. Not many people would probably agree with me because they're really fans. I like Miele, but I'm sometimes a bit unsure as to what they were thinking when it comes to general design. You can't really see it on this video, but this is quite a long telescopic suction tube that adjusts for height. So you can adjust it to really a height of 103 to 113 centimeters, depending on your height. And what I do like about it is it's a 2-piece telescopic suction tube, and those that have triscopic tubes by Miele tend to be a bit too elaborate. Now, the main principle of the Miele S6240 is something called the Teq head, and this is the Teq Eco head. It weighs something around about 765 grams compared to the 755 grams of the standard floorhead that you find on bigger Miele vacuums. And Miele argued that the heavier floorhead compensates and gives a greater pickup, especially on pet hair and on dust. I generally find that although it does have an excellent pickup factor, what I don't like about it is it has this horrible articulated neck where the power cord, once it's attached to this machine here, has a tendency to get caught between the kind of wing of the piece of the floorhead, which you can just see here, it's kind of a curvy ring, and then like the ribbed cord. It's a really big downside that I don't like. The other thing is it's a really heavy floorhead. The only way of getting around this is to use the Miele in the lowest suction possible of the vacuum cleaner, rather than using it at third or fourth setting. Another issue that I don't like about it is it's really difficult to push the pedals down with my feet because it's really sore. Because once that's done, and I want to go to hard floor again, when I want to go to carpet again to put the bristles back up, it's really difficult to push on that, and it's even sore doing it now with my finger. The way around this is to put your finger or your toe slightly under the lip of the plastic and lift, and it goes back to the bristles that are being retracted. Another issue that I don't like is it's got a metal strip. This is really difficult to clean if you forget to clean to put the bristles down on hard floors. You may be able to actually scratch the hard floor because of the metal strip. Okay, let's have a wee look at it in action and see what you think. This is now on the kind of silent setting, which I think is a bit too loud for my liking. And it's really quite difficult to move on the floor. Lower it down to a lower suction. I'm also getting quite a lot of hair thrust in my face here, and I put my face down to the suction control. And at the minimum level, which is my favourite level, there's hardly any noise. One of the issues that I don't like about the Miele S6 in general is that the Teq floorhead is not very well made, despite the fact there is a very good rubber perimeter on the front surface that minimises scrapes and bumps. However, as you just probably saw there in the video and heard, it has a tendency to scrape carpets if it's set at the highest suction setting. The only way around this is to take it at a lower speed. Another downside to this vacuum cleaner is it only has a 5.5 metre cord cable length, which makes it really unsuitable to use in large or medium homes, so you always have to do lots of plug hopping. So that's just a quick preview of what the Miele S6240 is like. In general use in a home, it's really good in a medium home, but it's not in a home that has a small amount of space. And this is simply because the Miele, for all that it's a smaller version of the Miele S5 or the Miele S2, it's supposed to be the compact baby of the Miele vacuum cleaner range. However, it's really difficult to store because when Miele brought out this vacuum cleaner on the continent, they included an XXL lock on the back of the handle that would give you accessibility, so you actually wrap the hose around the machine. But for the UK market, Miele have been unwise to leave this design addition out. So I'm just going to show you the other beauty of this model, the S6. For all the Miele S6 models have this feature. It's called the Comfort Auto Rewind. Once you've finished cleaning, the vacuum cord will go back into the machine easily enough. It's like most standard cylinder vacuums in the market. When you press the pedal and you have to keep your foot down. Not with this one. All I do is touch it once, and the cord safely rewinds back into the machine. And so in terms of storage, when you've got so much hose to take care of, you've only got on this model a 1.8 metre stretch hose, and it has got that kind of typical Miele bendable factor where it wouldn't snap because it's completely crush proof. The disadvantage of not having the lock in the back of the handle means that actually storing this whole machine is a bit bulky. So there you can actually see the Miele in a side profile. A side profile showing you really the full extent of how small it can compact into. It's not my idea of compactness, not when you compare the Seaboard K1, which is slightly different. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.